Praise the Lord, saints. No, I'm playing. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to this is gonna be the condensed version because I'm at the park. So anyway, here's my testimony. As you guys know, I grew up in Reston, Louisiana. I was brought up in the church. Like, I went to church every day. My mom kept me in the church. I grew up in a Baptist church, actually. Believe it or not. I grew up in a Baptist church, hardcore Baptist. And so yeah, that was me. I started playing the drums for my church when I was 4 years old, and I played up until I was about 17ish, whenever I moved to Kansas. But so, you know, like I said, I grew up in the church, and you know, when I was a baby, my life was dedicated to the Lord, or whatever, you know, the little Christian thing, whatever they do, whatever that's called. And I got baptized when I was 4. When I was 4, I got baptized. I professed Christ for it too. But when did it start? Okay, I'll say 7th grade was really when my life began to change, because I had a girlfriend in 7th grade. Well, I had a girlfriend 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, but I had a girlfriend in 7th grade, and you know, I was known as the church boy, by the way. I was known as a church boy around the school. And I had this girlfriend or whatever, and, you know, I played basketball. So one day after class, we was on a boulevard, and my teammates, you know, they came out of class, they was like, "Oh, Quiz, Ajin said she couldn't have sex with you because you'll be in the bedroom playing church music," or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, me, you know, just I don't know, it did something to my pride. So I'm getting hot, so I'm going to turn the car on. It did something to my pride. It did something to my pride. So, you know, I talked to her about it, and we talked about it, and I was like, "Well, do you want to see?" And, you know, so that's how I lost my virginity. You know, I lost my virginity rooted in pride. Is that something? So I lost my virginity in 7th grade. And so, you know, me losing my virginity, that just opened up a whole bunch of stuff in my life. From 7th grade up until maybe my 12th grade in high school, I was addicted to sex. My God in heaven, I was addicted to sex so bad. I had a girlfriend in high school. She was really good to me. Like, she never cheated. Like, she was just a stand-up girl. And, you know, like I said, I was addicted to sex, and the spirit of lust was just on me heavily. And like, me and this girl, we had sex. We had sex a lot. And just one day I was like, we need to slow down or whatever. And so we both agreed to slow down having sex. And then when, you know, when I wanted to start back, she didn't want to. She just wanted to stop altogether. And I wasn't for that. So I cheated on her. I cheated on her. And this is like, I'm be real honest. Like, I cheated on her with, you know, it was her best friend, and another girl. They all played basketball together. You know, I cheated with her best friend, which was on the same team. When I say cheated, I mean I had sex with her best friend. Then I had sex with another girl that was on the same team. So all three of them was on the same team. I had sex with all three of them. I got the other girl pregnant, but I didn't know she was pregnant until, you know, 2 weeks. I mean, like maybe 2 weeks after she got an abortion. So she got an abortion without telling me. So that right there just crushed my little heart, because even though I was just doing all this crazy stuff, bro, I still had love deep down in my heart for the things of God. I was just so rebellious, man. I was just rebellious. And that spirit of lust, I was being led by lust. Like, it is a shame. Like, lust is such a powerful spirit. And like I said, and this is like, when I look back over everything, like, I realized, like, I don't know, I told somebody this, like, I just realized how powerful lust is, man. Lust had me doing things that I wouldn't normally do. That's what lust does, man. Lust really has you doing things you wouldn't normally do, like having sex in a car, having sex at a park, having sex, sneaking girls in my house. Like, that's not normal. You see what I'm saying? So that you know, I was bound by lust up until the 12th grade, and the 12th grade is when my life really just radically changed. You know, like I said, I was in, oh, by the way, doing all this stuff, I was still in church. I was still, like, you know, playing the drums, singing. You know, I wasn't preaching yet, but I was still in, playing the drums, singing, and all that good stuff. I was still doing all those things. But my 12th grade year was not, my summer before my 12th grade year was when the Lord really changed my life, man. Is when I really, the Lord really, captured my heart, and I submitted to the call of God that was on my life. Because I didn't tell y'all this, when I was 2 years old, I almost got hit by a car that close. It was like an inch, like, my ball had rolled in the street, and I was running out, 2 years old. I was running out trying to get my ball, and my mom and them told me this story. Like, they just knew for sure that I was going to die because we stayed on the main highway, and they said they heard, like, they seen a car coming, and they were just screaming, and all of a sudden, like, it was just like this. I'm running, and the car just did like that. And they said now the crazy thing about it is that usually when a car stops going 70 miles per hour, it may still they said it just came to a complete stop. And when I was 4 years old, I was like 6. When I was 6 years old, I actually did get hit by a car. And then when I was 8, I overdosed on medicine. Well, not 8, maybe 10 or 11. Overdosed on medicine. Then when I was 16, I had a terrible car accident. My car was crushed like a can. Walked out of the accident. Nothing wrong with me. And that was the night that I had a powerful encounter with the Lord. That was the night that I submitted to my call, internally, I guess. Internally or whatever. I didn't announce it publicly, but internally I was at peace with what I was called to do, because I knew from a young age that I was always called to ministry, but I ran from it, because I had no desire to do that at all. But that night I had a powerful encounter with the Lord, and I asked the Lord that night, I said, why do you keep letting me live? And the Lord is so strategic. I tell people all the time, the Lord is so strategic. Like, he took me to every single step. Like, he said, when you were 2 years old, he would say, it was just crazy thinking about it. I'm about to cry. I'm so emotional. But he said, it was I that had my hands on you when you were 2 years old, when that car stopped. He said, that was me. When you were 6, he said, that was me. When you saw that bright light, that was me. And when you were 8, when you overdosed, he said, that was me that kept you. And he said, even so, last night in that car accident, he said, it was me that kept you. He said, I kept you because I have a purpose and I have a plan for your life. And that was the, man, there was a powerful encounter I had with the Lord. That's not the only one, but that was the one that really just radically changed my life or whatever. And and also what I did, I was telling y'all this the other day, I've been gifted all my life. I was never aware of that until, I don't know, I had an encounter with a prophet. But I was gifted my whole life, and I would use my gifts to get girls. Like, it was a shame. Like, thinking about it now, it was just crazy. Like, I was manipulative. I lied, rebellious. Like, I would use the gift of the word of knowledge to get girls. Didn't even know that's what it was at the time, by the way. The gift of I have a way with my words because I'm called to be a communicator. So I've always had a way with my words. So I was just manipulative. And, I got girls by using God and stuff. Let's have Bible study and just take advantage of a girl. Now, I said, I ain't raping nobody now. It was always consensual. We're going to throw that out there because I know we're in the season where everybody raping people. I ain't raping nobody, okay? But, we had sex or whatever. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all this. I know y'all know this. I think I've shared it a little bit. When I was in the 9th grade, I got molested by a man, sexually assaulted by a man inside of a car. And, I didn't tell anybody for 3 years. And those 3 years were the worst 3 years of my life because, first of all, I didn't tell anybody because I was ashamed. I'm a man, I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed, I'm hurt, I'm fearful of the backlash. And, those 3 years, I was suicidal, man. And, God literally kept me through all of that. But, I didn't tell anybody, like I said, because I was ashamed of it and just fearful of the backlash. And it was just the enemy working in my mind, so I just kept it to myself. But, this is my condensed version of my testimony. So like I told you, I have not always been, speaking in tongues and quickening and all that good stuff. Believe it or not, I'm going to tell y'all this, because when I tell people this, most people don't believe this, but believe it or not, I got filled with the Holy Ghost May the 2nd, 2018. So it was not that long ago. Because remember, I grew up Baptist, not knowing all this stuff. But I got filled with the Holy Ghost May the 2nd, 2018. And, I just ran with it because, and the reason why, a lot of people, when they see this. Well, you know, you would think that you just been in God. No, I haven't. No, you know, not that long. I've been filled with the Holy Ghost for 2 years. But you know, I tell people all the time, man, intimacy is key, man. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual maturity has everything to do with intimacy and nothing to do with age. And that's why it seems like, you know, I'm before my time, because I just spend time with it, man. I've grown to love God's presence. I've grown to love God's presence. That person making me nervous. I've grown to love God's presence or whatever. So, yeah, I just got filled with the Holy Ghost. Is that 3 years ago? 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. But I got it. I got him. So, yeah, that's the condensed version of my testimony. Yeah, I haven't always been like this. You know, my life has been hell. And not to mention growing up without a father, that's another level of warfare. But my whole life has been warfare. My whole life I've been fighting. I've been fighting my whole life. And I'm still fighting to this day. But the thing is, the fight is much easier when I'm fighting, when God is fighting for me. So, yeah, that's my testimony. Praise the name of the Lord. I'm at the park, so I'm going to go chill with my buddies. More grace.